Well, hello, good to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. Dennis, what's going on? Mr. LV, I wish I could afford LVs, you know. They're just not in my budget. They may be in the wife's budget, but they're not in my budget. So, how are you doing, Dennis? Any big trips planned? Oh man, I'm exhausted, frustrated, irritated today. But it is what it is. You know, as I've mentioned a few times, and I told I caught, my project manager today, you know, I truly have the patience of a saint, but once my patients are gone, they're gone. And I'm to that point where, the patience is gone. But it is what it is. You just got to deal with the stress the best I can, work through it. I got too many other projects I need to get done. Saint LV, man, I'm telling you, fuck. I'm telling you, Dennis. I mean, this is, and of course, a big part of it is I don't believe I have personal philosophies that if you say you're going to do something, you do it, or you don't say it, or you say, sorry, I made a mistake. I cannot complete that task, whatever it may be. So thank you all for the thumbs up in the background. Subscribe, all of you unsubscribers. So I really do have this philosophy. If I say I can do it, I'm going to do it. If I lose money on it, I lose money on it. If I lose a lot of time on it, I lose a lot of time on it. So not to, so just to be the people that don't show up, half-ass things, don't take it seriously. I see it as and I told the project manager today, I see it as a big ass disrespect to me. And I guess one of the things I hate most in the world, which maybe most people do, but me particularly with my weird personality, is the leader of the pack does not like to be disrespected. Now, I don't care what anybody says on the internet, but when we're doing business together, I don't like being disrespected. If we're working together, you're not going to disrespect me because I'm going to give you respect and allow you the opportunity to succeed and do well and not get in the way, so to speak. But by golly, don't disrespect me. And then these people at Paul Davis Registration, rebuild company. They're a nationwide business that has local offices. They're disrespecting me. So I can't do a lot, but what I can do, I will do. I will bring the fury of the pack upon them. I because they were recommended by the insurance company. The insurance company says, "Hey, we have a list of people that are like on the pre-approved fast track list. They're on there." I can also report them to their corporate office, Better Business Bureau, all of these other things. There are things that I can do, but not a lot I can. Robocop, there you go. Robocop says, a guy went to a priest and said, Father, I keep hearing voices telling me what to do. Am I possessed? No, son, you are married. Robocop is indicating that women, the wives, are always bossing men around. I think that's what he's indicating. The good thing is right now there's no wives on here. All the naked girls should be here in about 20 minutes. So about 20 minutes, all the naked girls will be here. DJA says, you sound like my airport that passed away. That doesn't even make sense. Grandpa that passed away. Grandfather that passed away. All right, now that makes sense. Because I don't know how an airport dies. I don't know how it passes away. I guess you could make the argument that an airport is a organism, a living organism. I guess you could make that argument. But I get you now, your grandfather, right? But thank you all for thumbs up, subscribing to the channel. Um, everybody gets, what we have found is that everybody that subscribes to my channel, they become financially blessed down the road. They get a gigantic windfall of money. So do that. And I appreciate everybody thumbs it up, and hello to you. Cassandra's back in the house. Good to see you. I'm doing pretty good. Sal, I'm doing pretty good. Oh, I can read maybe a bit over here. Taking a break outside, had a frustrating day. But that's okay. We had a good weekend. The weekend was nice here. Weather's great, 90 plus degrees. Gonna try to do a little fishing this week. I got a lot of projects on my plate. And that's part of the frustrating thing is, we have this remodel thing that's not going too well, and it's causing me issues with all the other things I have to do. It's kind of like a domino effect. So I got a bunch of other projects. I got a bunch of other, you know, people reaching out to me to do some work together or do some collaborations together. It's a little frustrating. So me and my dog Lily is just hanging outside. we Lorelai and I did do some drag racing over the weekend. We got the sun setting out in the west behind me. So just relaxing. I got birds. I'm in a war. I'm in a war every year with the birds, even though I feed the birds, and the wasp. I got in my truck today. I had to run up to the ATM machine to get some money to pay the lawn mowing guy when he comes on Wednesday. And somewhere on my truck, there is apparently a wasp nest. I couldn't find it. Maybe it's in the engine compartment. I didn't look there. But when I got into my truck and opened the door, man, I had like 10 different wasps swarming me, trying to get at me. And maybe it's in the engine compartment. I don't drive the truck, but maybe once every couple of weeks. So, I'm fighting the wasp, and then I got birds that are trying to make nests up here, and I keep my ceiling fan going in hopes it scares the birds from nesting up here. And but even though I feed them, and here soon hummingbird season should come along. But yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing good. I worked on a project today. It's all right, Lily. I bought some of this stuff over the weekend. It's called Grow Trax Rolls. It's supposed to, I got some bare spots of grass that I want to try to make better right around the edge of the patio. and I had to correct him last year, but my lawn mowing people like to mow the yard. If this is the ground here and the fence is here, they like to mow at an edge like this. And what that does is it kills the grass and the roots up against the fence. I want my grass to grow up against the fence, tall. So I don't want a bare dirt spot. And so I'm trying to get the grass to come back where they kind of chewed it all up at. But now they're doing better, so I don't got to worry about it as long as I do this. So we're going to try this. Kind of expensive, $25 for it's 3-in-1 seed, fertilizer, and mulch. I don't remember how many feet this is. It covers 50 square feet. And this is kind of what it looks like. And you just cut it with scissors. I guess you could probably tear it, but I just cut it with scissors. We did have some storms blowing through, but I don't know what happened to them. I guess we're not going to get any storms tonight. That out there. Let's see. Wind's picking up a little bit. That's all right, though. Yeah, we're doing good. We're all right. I need to fill the bird feeders back up. I need to deadhead the rose bushes. The yard hasn't been mowed in 2 weeks. It's rained so much. So hopefully on Wednesday it'll be dry enough they can come and mow. A lot of projects to do inside. You know, I bought some new gadgets that I want to make some videos on. I got a video coming out in the morning showing Lorelei, my wife, and I racing in our mobility scooters at the park the other night. Big John is in the house. How are you, Big John? Well, it's been a frustrating day, to be honest. The bullshit with the contractor, fixing our house from the flood we had is really, I am one of those people that have the patience of a saint, but this Satan is starting to get pissed. So, how are you, John? What's going on in your part of the world? You guys get any storms? Were you guys part of the storms today up there? We didn't get any here. We were in the very outskirts of bad weather. So is where we were. Thanks for the thumbs up, by the way. So frustrating day, you know. I feel like I'm teaching. I feel like I'm training a project manager, and I'm not happy the fact about this. That we're 9 weeks into this 10-day project, and there's no end in sight. I'm great. I talked to the girly friend. Excellent. You had rain this morning? Nice. So how's the girly friend in the Philippines? Does she work or anything there in the Philippines? I know my wife has a lot of friends in the Philippines. And apparently it's from what we understand from listening to the people in the Philippines, the job market is getting tougher in the Philippines. Apparently, I don't know if they keep unemployment records in the Philippines or not. I don't know. But it seems, because we all know that women in the Philippines get phased out of work, right? They're lucky to get a job or to have a job at 30, 35. After that, you're pretty much screwed. We know that's true. But what we've been hearing is it seems jobs seem scarcer in the Philippines for some reason. Don't know why. It just does. She's a wedding designer. Nice, nice, nice. I'm a wedding designer. But yeah, well, that's nice. Wedding's a big business in the Philippines. I know we thought about getting remarried in the Philippines, and then we did the math and realized how much it cost. And we figured out that we could buy a car, a house, and a dog, and three boats on what it would cost to throw a big wedding in the Philippines. Weddings in the Philippines are really expensive. A lot of pageantry that goes with it, which is cool. But man, really expensive. Really, really expensive. But I did find that interesting that people are saying that the job market's getting tough in the Philippines for some reason. I don't know why. I don't. Hopefully, gas will be going down in the Philippines, which will make everything a little bit better for them. So we'll have to see. But I know some of our friends there, we have friends that we're trying to get to come to America. So they either have children that we're going to pay for them to go to nursing school for them to come here, or they got children that we're going to try to find an American guy for them to meet, and date and come over. Because my wife really wants her friends to come live in America, and I'm okay with that. I don't mind whatever it's going to cost us to do. It's fine. But she was one of them was shocked a couple weeks ago. Lorelai was having a conversation in the middle of the night talking about things, and one of them was like, "Well, what would I do in the Philippines? I mean, how would I live?" And I guess she didn't understand that no matter what age you are in America, whether this is good or bad, you can get a job. You can get a job tomorrow at Walmart if you really want one or need one. So we had to explain to her, look, you'll come here with your kid and your kid to get married or be a nurse, you'll be brought over, you can go to work and earn a decent wage in America comparatively, but live simply with the family or whatever you guys do. But you can work until you're 70 here. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to phase you out of the job market just because you're older. In the Philippines and other Asian lands, it's kind of like it's what they do. Once you start getting a little chunky or a little older, they want to kick the girls out of the market. For they want to hire the cute little girls that are dumb as rocks, but they look good. Looks like we got somebody in from China or Japan, not for sure, maybe India. But thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. So yeah, it's an interesting concept. We were telling her, I said, no, 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 look, and you can go to school here. There's a lot of free little internet things you can do to learn some computer skills, some management, little all kinds of stuff. And yeah, you can get a job here, and between the whole family, you'll do fine. And of course, um, we're happy to pay for the college. If they're going to go to nursing school with a plan to come here, we're happy to pay for the college. So, but yeah, I found it interesting that they were talking about how hard it is for even the young people, the 20-year-olds, to get a job in the Philippines right now. Maybe that's just the island of Cebu, but you know. So, John, I'm glad your girlfriend's doing well, then, my friend. I'm glad she is doing well. Uh, Maybe you ought to send her to nursing school, John, so she could become a nurse and come to America. In the Philippines, I can sit in the AC. Well, you can, but why would you? I found living in the Philippines, and I'll tell you, and I've made videos about it. I found living in the Philippines extremely boring, extremely boring. But maybe that's my personality. I don't like to just sit around. I don't like being confined in a small space. I don't like that. I like to be able to jump in my truck or my car, go anywhere and do anything I want to do, whenever I want to do it, and not have to, you know, fight the traffic, the people, the headaches. So I found sitting around in the air conditioner quite boring. I can do that here in America, right? So living in the Philippines, I sat outside like this a lot and just sweated my ass off. But I enjoyed sitting out in the fresh air, even though I was locked in a concrete bunker, because our house was all walled off, and it feels like you're in just a giant prison cell. So, but if you want to sit in the AC, you can do that in America. We had to turn our AC on today. In fact, it kind of pissed me off because our subcontractor doing the work on the cabinet was supposed to be here today. They were supposed to stain the cabinet and clear coat it, which was going to stink the house up. So I got up this morning, opened up all the windows, got Lorelei out of the bedroom, got all the fans circulating, and our house got really hot really quick because it warmed up quick here. Then the damn people never showed up. I ride a motorcycle, Big John says. Yeah, I'll tell you, Big John, I'll tell you, John, from my perspective, unless you're going to live way out in a province, riding a motorcycle is not easy in the Philippines. If you're riding scooters, it's a different story. And I know you know the difference because I used to ride motorcycles, with a large group of educators, rode for years. I just got, my body just got too beat up, back is too bad. But boy, I would really like to have a Can-Am or a Goldwing trike. But so riding motorcycles like we do in America, that's not the easiest thing to do in the Philippines. Riding a scooter works really well. And they got some cool scooters. I looked at one when we were living there. The sad thing was it was going to be $10,000, but it was like the closest thing to a real motorcycle. I mean, you can buy real motorcycles in the Philippines, don't get me wrong, but the scooter was big enough. I can't remember the CCs, but nice, hold somebody our size, right? But there's logic to it in the Philippines why scooters are better than motorcycles. Gas, fuel consumption is better on the scooters. They just are, even though cycles are good. But you're able to move them around easier. Motorcycles have a bigger turning radius versus a scooter. And the other big thing about scooters that works well in the Philippines, you can just get off of it and literally pick the damn thing up and turn it around, or pick it up and put it over here. It's not easy to pick up a 500-pound bike and do that, but a 150-pound motor scooter, you can just kind of grab and manhandle it, right? And weaving in and out of traffic. It just, the scooters are much easier living in the Philippines versus a real motorcycle. I really like the electric little three-wheeled scooters that they use in the Philippines. I think they're cool. A lot of them are kind of decked out, kind of cool. They got canopies on them. I like them. I would have one in America if I had a place to drive it, but you can't drive them here in America. They don't go fast enough to maybe be on the road, and you can't get them licensed. But man, if you lived in I don't know, man, there's a lot of cool things out there. I really like electric vehicles. We have an electric bike or e-bike. We have an e-bike. I haven't rode it yet this year because I've been too busy. And then we have our mobility scooters. And I think it was you or somebody else mentioned the other day that you pop the seat off of those and put a bigger motor or change the gear ratio in the mobility scooter. You got like a electric go-kart. So we use our mobility scooters. And they're really difficult in the Philippines. The scooters are, you got to have something that can go over those damn potholes and that chunky road. So, the mobility scooter did not work well outside in the Philippines. It worked okay in the malls, except for a lot of the malls, the elevators were broken. So, so you couldn't use the elevator, or you had to go on the way far other end of the mall to get into the elevator. An e-trikes are cool. That's what I mean. I like the e-trikes. I got a friend. He lives in Australia. He's married and stuff, and And I got another friend that's from Australia too that they've bought those, and I think they're really cool. He sent me. I mean, I would buy one for America if I had a place, to ride it, to use it. I think they're cool. There's different types like the Tut Tuts. I think there's a guy. If you don't know who Bud Brown is on YouTube, he lives in the Philippines. He has some videos on the Tut Tuts that he's bought over the years, the gas powered and the electric ones, like the Russos. Some good videos from Bud Brown out there. But I like the e-trikes. I'm not opposed to them. I think technology's really catching up with them. I'd like to have, here in America, I think having, the Can-Am Bagger would be really cool. And then, of course, the Goldwing trike would be the dream motorcycle. But then again, that's what, pushing $40,000 brand new. So that'll never happen for me. Having a Goldwing trike will never happen for me. I need to get a house first. You can ride it on the open streets? Because you can't ride them here. You get a ticket and ran off the road here. You could probably ride them on the sidewalk, but not if the sidewalks all connect. Mike's in the house. Here, you gotta, I don't know, man. You wouldn't be able to ride them on the road. You could ride them around a park, maybe, but now there's new rules about them. Mike, how are you, buddy? Hey, I never got the song. Your email never came through about the music, which is okay. I've been so busy with all kinds of things that I haven't had a chance to work on my channel, but I got a lot of things backed up for the YouTube channel that I got to get through. But with the drama with my home improvement crap, or my home repairs, they're saying yes, and we have bike lanes. Well, we have bike lanes here too that are on the road. Now you can, but we don't have them on the main roads. So there's only certain roads in this part of the country that have bike lanes. But the main highway does not have bike lanes. So, but we do have a lot of bike lanes here on a lot of the roads. Now, there's a big debate going on in the world. Mike says they tried to ban those e-trikes in your barangay, but it was overturned because so many people have them. Well, yeah. Mike, do you know why they wanted to ban them? What was the issue? Now, in America, we have a big issue right now about e-motorcycles and e-scooters. I notice that a lot of places in the United States, on their parks, the trail system in the parks, the greenways, they're posting now that you can't have electric scooters. I think it's over a 750 or 500 amp motor in it. So you can have, kids can have Razor scooters, but you can't have the fast scooters. And you can't have the e-motorcycles on our nature trails in this part of the country. And I saw California's doing that. A lot of other countries are doing that. They're accident prone. What makes them accident prone? Braking? I mean, the battery going dead. I wonder what makes them accident versus a gas strike. Because old Bud Brown had an electric and gas and all of those. So there's a lot of places around here that are saying the scooters that these kids are riding, these young teenagers, and these e-motorcycles are not going to be allowed on trails where people go walking. No, oh, the other drivers? Okay, all right. Well, good. I think, city traffic would be beneficial with e-trikes and e-cars. I'm a big fan of those, but where I've lived in this part forever, and there is another section that is nothing that has really good bike trails, and they're really wide. They're like, what, that'd be 6 feet, 12 feet wide trails in some areas. So you can pass people, but I gotta say, the other day, I actually was a little worried because we were at the lake the other day on our scooters, our electric mobility scooters, because we needed to make a video for a product that we are sponsoring. And we were out goofing off doing a live stream. And at one point, there was a bunch of kids on gas powered ATMs, ATVs. It'd be funny if they were on an automatic teller machine, wouldn't it be? They were on their four wheelers tearing up a field close to us. And they got up on some of the walking trails and were hauling ass on the walking trails. And they started to head our way. And where we were was a small walking trail comparatively. And we had our dog with us, and there was a bunch of kids on this trail. And luckily, though, right before they came around the corner of us, they went a different direction. But I was actually getting worried that these idiots on these four wheelers are going to come trying to wheeze by us, the dogs, the kids. You know, it was going to be a mess. But here you can't ride gas powered scooters either, or four wheelers. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mike. I need it. Nice. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're really do like it. We're trying to grow the channel as always. I'm getting closer to 1 million views than I ever thought I would. I think I'm going to reach it. To be honest, I had one short, got over 20,000 views. So I think I'm going to reach my 1 million views this year. So doing good there, I think. Trying to do a lot more videos. We got a lot of videos I'm working on just as filler. You know, it's like I bought a Wi-Fi booster on clearance yesterday at Walmart. I don't know if it works or not. I've never used a Wi-Fi booster. Hey, there's AJ. AJ, how are you, my friend? What are you up to these days? Everybody said hello to AJ. You guys all say hello to each other, by the way. Don't forget that thumbs up. So we bought like a Wi-Fi. I'm gonna unbox it tomorrow. I bought some mulch, grass seed for my yard today, yesterday. I can't wait to get my computer to edit. Oh, yes. David, I just checked and my sent items and did email you. Okay, I'll check my spam. Are they? All right. Well, I bought one yesterday on clearance at Walmart for half price. So I've never used one, and it's supposed to be waterproof. That like I could plug it in right behind me outdoors wise here, and it's supposed to be that way. Jamie's in the house. Good to see everybody. Say hello to Jamie. All right. Jamie said she's already made her reservations for Brenton for October, the weekend of October the 3rd, the first weekend for our big North American meetup. We're already got it on our schedule too, Jamie. So we're 100% committed going to. Oh man, my view says, man, AJ is gonna be gone. Tomorrow's his last day in America. When's your flight and where are you going? Mike says, oh, we know what you want your computer for. No, he's not like you, man. The mulch. uh, let me see. 50 square. Oh, you're talking about the booster? I don't know. If you're talking about my mulch covers 50 square. My grass seed covers 50 square feet. The booster, I don't know how far it goes, but it's waterproof. I guess is designed to go outside. Back to the Philippines. Okay. Yeah, I really don't know, but it was on clearance for half price, so we bought it. Everybody said hello to Jamie. If you guys haven't said hello to Jamie, Jamie's already got her tickets, her reservation booked for Branson, Missouri. That's great. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna if I get time, I might work on it tomorrow. So and see if I can figure out how to use it. Michael says hello to you, Jamie. Good to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. So I'm kind of excited about that. I don't know why I need it, but I figure what the hell. We found a hotel room with two queen beds, microwave, fridge, and all the amenities, all for $200 for all 3 days. Nice. Ground floor, so we can walk from there to all the business. Nice. Uh, is is it on the strip? What they call the strip? Yeah, it won't ever be out in the rain. It'll be right here under the porch. But it says it's waterproof. I guess you could take it camping. I don't know. Jamie says, "Hiya, Mike. Where's that? Branson, Missouri? Yeah. Are you wanting to know where that is in Branson? What hotel? Yeah, Jamie, share the name of the hotel. And grab the name. Yes. Yes, yes. We're gonna have a good time in Branson. Yeah, and Mike, AJ, what I'm thinking about using it for is I have some security cameras that I got, and one of them's at the far, far side of the house. So I'm actually, and it has a weak signal. So I'm actually thinking about putting this close to that, to be honest, because I get fine signal right here. I don't, and there's nowhere else out here I usually go. So I've been thinking about putting it close to that one security camera that has a weak signal to see if I can't get better connection with the security cameras. And that's what I'm gonna do. And it actually technically will be inside. Yeah, it'll be inside in my office. It's just, and I got to put another camera that I got close to that one on another side of the house. So it should boost the signal for the far side of the house. Our Wi-Fi thing is on like the east side, and cameras are on the west side. Brazil is in the house. Welcome in. Thank you coming in from Brazil. We love Brazil. Yes, it should work fine. Michael says, yeah, it should be. The Westgate Branson Woods Resort. Westgate Branson. That should be nice. There's a lot of cheap hotels. I mean, we've stayed in Branson numerous times over the years. You know, it's a safe place to stay, and we've stayed at one place or I stayed at one place one time that gave you peach cobbler at night and homemade vanilla ice cream and peach cobbler. Yes, very, very welcome. Yes, yes. No, and so check it out, Michael. Yes, it's going to be an exciting time. We'll be up there every day, probably Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever we need to be. Luckily for us, we're not that far from Branson. We go on a regular basis. So we know Branson well if anybody needs help with anything. As we get closer, we'll figure out the details of the weekend a little bit more. If there's only 5, 10 of us, but if there's more of us, maybe I'll figure out something else. So for us all to meet up, you never know. I mean, we'll see. You know. Yes, their aquarium and it's a children's aquarium, and Branson is $35. If you go to the one in Springfield, Missouri at Bass Pro Shops, It's probably going to be $55, but it has one of the best aquariums in the world and in the nation, and a very large nature center also, and some other museums. It has a lot more than the kids aquarium in Branson. And Springfield, as you know, is only 30 minutes. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good plan. Well, don't say I think. You guys are gonna make. I know Pat's excited about coming. I called and checked. Yes. Yeah, it's a good deal. Who do you think will win the cup? Well, I didn't know the cup was up. I didn't know we were having a contest for a cup. I don't know. Why would you want to have a contest for a cup? I don't know. What kind of cup do you want to win? I mean, I'm drinking straight out of a bottle. So, but Branson's nice. It's safe. You guys will have a good time up there. Yep. And he will. He will. He will. Yeah. And he's a good guy. He'll cover his share and help. Yeah. But yeah, we can come up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you know. So I would agree. I think, booking now is not a bad time for the fall. There's so much to do up there that it's unbelievable. I mean, the top of the rock is one of the most amazing places to see and to be. They have the other really cool place is what's the name? The Titanic. They have one of the Titanic museums there. That's really cool. We've been to that. They have the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. Been to that. We've been to everything in Branson. So, um, but yeah, if you guys all stay in the same hotel, it'll be easy for everybody to get around. Yep. Yeah, Branson's not um, difficult to get around in. Walking distance is fine. Jamie, do you know what the street address is of your hotel? No, parking's really not a problem in Branson. That's kind of why I picked it. You won't have any problems with parking, driving down to the landing. There's a lot of parking, even during the day, during the busy Sunday and over the weekends. Yes, Mike, we have two little ones. Being close to everything is a must for us. Which country are you talking about? Gentilly, I don't know what you're talking about. We're in America. I'm not for sure what your question is. Give me more information and I'll give you my best answer. I'm not for sure what you're talking about. Which country? We're talking about America right now. We can do either dinner and shows because the kids are too. Yes, I know, I know. But there are some places just to go and watch the ducks and things like that. Um, there's a lot of places you can just go and hang out and see things that don't cost anything. There's shopping there. There's an outlet mall. So there's Chinese restaurants. We've eaten sushi there multiple times. There's American country restaurants, seafood steakhouses, Chick-fil-A's, hamburgers, everything normal. But it's really not, parking's not bad. Parking's not bad is my point. So when you park, you got to get out and walk, right? So if you go down to the landing, what they call the Branson Landing, it's a boardwalk on a river. And it's all built up into stores like a little downtown. And you park out in the big parking lot and you walk into the place where there's no cars. It's all pedestrian. But there's all kinds of stores and shoppings and ice cream places and benches and water features and, all kinds of stuff. Yes, Mike says I can't walk that far. Jamie, let me read Jamie's comment. We might do the train depending on how much it costs. Nice. There's also a boat ride. We've had the boat ride, so it's not horrible. Just a boat ride up and down the river. It's kind of fun. Mike says, I can't walk that far because of his hips and legs and sciatica. We understand, and that's the good thing about Branson. It's designed for old people. So when you're walking through the landing, there's seating everywhere. There just is. I mean, it's a very user friendly place. So you won't have any problems with that. I will actually bring my mobility scooter because it's hard for me to walk that far. But but it's nice. It's like going to a downtown riverfront. But anything you want and need is at the landing, and the landing kind of goes this way along the river, and the main drag goes this way. So you drive the main drag down right into the landing. Roark Valley Road, Branson. I'll have to send me that address and I'll Google it on the map and see where exactly it is. And then I'll know exactly where you guys are and can help you out from there. But we drive in Branson all the time. It's just not that big of a deal. Parking's not a big deal anywhere you go. There's always parking spaces. So it's not like going to, I don't know, downtown Chicago or anything. It's just not like that. Just not like that. Easy parking, a lot of food, a lot of places just to sit and chill. That's one thing that we like. Well, Lorelai gets a little bored, but I like to go and just kind of sit by the river, you know. But Lorelai gets a little antsy. Yeah, you can use the trolley to get around. Yep, there's a trolley system. There is. It may be more work, than needed. Because I mean, you can walk up and down the street. You can do it. You'll see when you get there. It's really just not that chaotic of traffic. It's just not. It's not crazy like you might think it is. Nice. Yes, a lot of trails there that you can walk on. There's other nature places like I just lost the name of it. A lot of nature. There's a lake and a river, Table Rock Lake. So all kinds of things. That's what I mean. And we got a whole bunch of people that were coming, maybe 10, 15, 20 of us or something, which I don't think there'd be that many, probably just less than 10 of us, or about 10. Maybe I would book an Airbnb on the water and we would do dinner there like on a Saturday or something. Everybody could come there and hang out, but we'll see how many people show up. The landing's really nice. The water feature's cool. It's always it's nice. It's nice. They do a good job of Christmas and everything. So you'll see when you get there. It's really not that difficult of a place to traverse. You just kind of do whatever you want to do. We don't really walk anywhere. you know. There's also Silver Dollar City, which is a theme park, which is really cool. They do. They have a Walmart, and they have a another grocery store there too, an independent one. Not a Walmart. I can't remember what it's called, like Marvin's or something. But they have a Walmart there. Um, Gas stations everywhere, convenience stores, Subways, sandwich shops. They have everybody. Jimmy John's, Godfather's Pizza, you name it. Just like everywhere else, they have it. They got helicopter rides. You can book a hot air balloon ride. Yeah, Mike says much cheaper to cook than go out every day. It is. It is. And that's the good thing, you can buy some groceries, take them back to the hotel, and consume them and be in good shape there. Absolutely, absolutely. But there's a Walmart on the main road, easy to get to. It's right across from the outlet store, and where the big chicken is, there's a gigantic chicken where the outlet stores are. I'm simple. I can eat hot dogs. I had a hot dog yesterday. Lorelai and I went to the Sunday movie afternoon movies, and we watched Mortal Kombat 2, and I had a hot dog. Now they got duck tours. What are they? That's the amphibious boat. So the duck tours are those like from the military, those amphibious boats. You get like troop carriers. They're painted to look like ducks, and they take you out on a boat ride through at the lake. They also got the steamboat Branson, which is an old steamboat that does the same thing, but it's a little slower paced. But that's what the duck boats are. There you go. One eats anything, and the other is just going to be eating baby food. See, there you go. That'll make it easy. That'll make it easy. Mike is asking you how old the little ones are. So yeah, we can do all kinds of things. Lorelai may be working that Friday, but I'll drive up myself Friday and meet up with anybody, you know. So not a big deal there. The newborn, yep, newborn a couple months old, and the boy is 15 months old. So the boy will be almost 2 months, 2 years by the time that happens. You guys will like Branson. There's the Dolly Parton Stampede, which is a really good dinner theater, where it's a horse show inside of it, but you get served really a lot of food. It's kind of pricey, so they have that. They got all kinds of stuff up there. Mike says, "Those nice. Those are the best times, unless you're not getting any sleep like Jamie. My daughter is now 18 and doesn't talk to me anymore." Well, that's normal. You got to give her a few years to realize, life is short and all of that, and have them come back around. Michael, you know what I mean? Mother and I were divorced when Maggie May, was only a few months old. All right. So it's probably been one of those situations where she probably doesn't feel like she knows you. You know what I mean? Or doesn't have a great connection with you. Great times with the little ones. Yeah. There's a Build a Bear. There's all kinds of kids stuff there too. There is. You guys will have a good time. When you guys figure out when you're coming in on Friday night, if you guys are whoever's coming in on Friday, and I can drive up and meet you for dinner or hang out with you a little bit, and then come back up on Saturday and spend the day with Lorelai and y'all. Jamie says, I got a 13-year-old. I co parent. She's just texted me today. My fiance has 5 daughters, but they're all 20 and up. All right. Co parenting's good. 13-year-old. Yeah, she's getting there. Yeah, that's what I would do, Michael, to be honest. They have a Shoney's there. I'm thinking of that. I was thinking of leaving in the morning. They have a Shoney's breakfast place there. They have a Landry seafood place on the main drag. We eat there quite a bit. So that one's pretty good. But it's a little pricey, but it's good seafood. A Landry seafood. So but you guys will have fun. But I'll come up Friday. I'll be up there Friday. Lorelai will go to work, or maybe she'll take the day off. I don't know. But we'll come up Friday evening and or Friday day and hang out with you guys Friday evening. Meet you, get settled in, help you get settled in. We're trying to get some other people to go. I've invited James Robinson from California, the Sanders, Tate Sanders from Texas, Claude from Texas, and some of our friends in Florida. I've invited Big John on here. I invited John Baker the other day. Tarzan, Big John Baker. He's got to go to work Sunday evening, so you guys got to leave out early Sunday morning then to get home in time. Yep. Sunday evenings or Sunday afternoons in Branson's quiet. I don't know where he's been. I know he's been commenting on my shorts. So I know he was sick a while back and he was getting better, but he comments on every short I do, so I know he's around there watching our stuff, but where he's at tonight, I don't know. I don't know. I've invited Henry to come up, and he may drive up from Mississippi. So, and that's kind of my point, Michael. If there's anybody in your circle that you want to invite to join us for that weekend, that day, whatever, the meetup, go ahead and do it. I was trying to tell Ken, look, anybody who has, meeting of the minds, anybody that thinks in the same world as we do, why not? The bigger, the better. Let them all come, meet up. Some may stay the weekend, some may just come up on Saturday. You don't know. I think it's cool to have, because where we're going to meet up right now, tentatively, is down on the water with this big, gigantic water cannon feature thing, an amphitheater that's out in the public. It can hold probably 1,000 people. So we're not meeting up in any special place for the gathering, and then we'll all decide from there. We'll go to dinner from there probably. But yeah, that's what I said. I've invited Don Baker. He's up in Minnesota now. So I know it's hard for a lot of people to get there, but it is in the center of America. We've invited the guy, our friend out of Georgia, friend out of New Hampshire. So you're welcome to reach out to anybody and say, hey, did you know we're doing this? And it's not, just so everybody knows, it's not about me, it's about us. That's kind of the thing. I know Ken is planning on getting there somehow, some way, he says. No, I agree with that, Jamie. You don't want to miss too much work. I agree. Well, I know. I agree. I agree. We know a lot of them here in America, but a lot of them live like in Florida and Texas. But any of them that does live in America, are going to be in America. That's, there's part of it, Michael, is this. Even telling the ones in the Philippines, like Tim, you know, um, can't make it, but at least he knows he's invited. And there's a good strategy about telling. And I've told our friends in the Philippines, my friends in the Philippines, look, if you guys are here, this is what we're doing. You know, so it's okay to share with your friends in the Philippines. One, they may know somebody who's in America who may want to join us. Yeah, same here. Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, yeah. So, but it makes people feel good to know that they're wanted. I'd really like our friend James to fly in from California. It's a tough one for him, but he knows he's wanted. Wanted, dead or alive. But we've been telling our people in the Philippines too, because I want them to know, hey, you're welcome too. And of course, maybe they pass the message on to somebody else and says, hey, did you know that's happening? Yep, I agree with you, Michael. And I've been letting people know that we're doing it, but it's still, our details are yet to be developed because we're months and months away. So it's like, no reason to hammer out so many details this far away, except for the fact the weekend that we're doing it. And we've already put it on our calendar, so Lorelai and I will be there. One way or the other, we will be there. We're good. we don't leave for our cruise ship until like the I think the 16th of October. So yeah, but that's part of the strategy, Mike. You let everybody know just to make them feel good, you know. But we'll be there for sure. We'll be there for sure. And I know there's some Missouri folks too that might come in, you know. So we'll just have to see. But if we get 5, 6, the really cool thing is this. And I know, Mike, eventually you got to go back to the Philippines. But I do know it'd be really cool that if is the incubus for something bigger. So this year we do this in Branson, Missouri, and we get lucky, we get 10, 12 people, right? Well, maybe next year we do it again somewhere else and move it around a little bit. And next year you get 20 people. You always find a tourist town where people can have things to do, like Orlando or Vegas or Branson or I don't know, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. But it might be the incubus to lead to something bigger. My views is I just received my global entry ID. Woohoo! That means they're going to let you back in the country, huh? Congratulations. I bet you're excited to get back. I bet you're excited. So what are all you going to, AJ, what are you going to do in the Philippines? I mean, are you staying for a long time or are you going to just hit the ground and go somewhere else? Maybe AJ can explain it to you, Michael. Yeah, you leave on Wednesday, so you had to have your ID. Is it basically just a visa? Another word, another terminology for a visa, right? Your global entry, isn't that just your visa? Your approval to come back to the country is what I would think it would be. We even invited Dennis to Branson, Missouri. Can you believe that? Dennis from Canada. We've invited him. Mike says, I think it's something different. AJ, what is it? Can you explain it you know, to Michael and I? I didn't know if it was kind of like your, well, it is free, but maybe it is a free visa, right? So the visa is free, but they still got to know who you are, right? They still got to track you, right? And so it's kind of like fishing in Florida is free if you're a citizen, but they still want to know who the hell you are. Oh, you're talking about the one here in America, then? Okay. So AJ saying the global entry is to go through the fast customs lane here in the United States. It includes TSA pre-checks. Ah, I got it. Okay, nice. Now, I never figured I would pass that, so I never worried about studying it. Now, Lorelai and I would pass it pretty easily. Well, we got to go through customs when we go on a cruise. So, but that's pretty basic. And you can't speed through cruise ship customs. It's just. Michael's asking JJ if it's a military thing or if anybody can get it. From what I know, Michael, anybody can get it. You can get that. I thought it was called something else. I didn't think it was called the Global, but maybe Global's military. But I know you can get a TSA pre-check. Anybody can if you qualify by paying the money. You can get a TSA pre-check, pre-qualification. But maybe military or ex-military can get something different. I don't know. But we never have too much of a trouble traveling, to be honest, because since I take a mobility scooter, I get to cut all the lines anyway. Save a lot of time that way, yes. Plan on staying in the Philippines in August and then got to go to Vietnam. All right. Yes, I hate those long lines too. Well, and that's what I mean is not that I'm proud of it, but when I'm on a mobility scooter, man, I get to the front of the line. They just zip me through. Somebody checks my scooter, for bond. The red scooter we have still has the sticker on it from the Philippines saying security checked in the Philippines. So we keep that sticker on there. Anyone can get the global entry. My new Adventure X card paid for it. Yes, Visa. Yes, yes. Ah, how much was the price? Like 35 bucks or something? But yeah, that's one thing that we found. Lorelei marks the handicap button, or it triggers a handicap thing, and man, we get right through it. We go through a separate. We have to go through a separate screening because of the mobility scooters. They got to look at the battery and stuff like that. So we're able to bypass all of that shit. And the good thing is, since Lorelei's my wife, she gets to tag along with me. So they don't make her wait in line and pass me. They let her come with us. So it works pretty good, you know, really does. Works pretty good. If you're just using a cane, it doesn't work so well. But if you got a wheelchair or mobility scooter, you can bypass all of the all of the crap. You can cheat the lines, man. And I was really shocked how well it works. Now, I'm not for sure how well it works on the cruise ship. I don't remember. Priority boarding. Well, it depends on what it is, but it goes under the belly. 90% of them go under the belly. So yeah, they put it in baggage. Now, for instance, there are a few really small ones for like, Asian people that weigh 2 pounds that fold up into like a carry-on size that you can take with you on the thing. The big issue is the lithium ion battery. So our scooter, the one that we'll be taking on the flight to Miami and the cruise, as you guys have seen, is electric folding one. It's pretty compact. I will have to take the battery out of that at the plane, put that battery in my backpack, and then they will take the scooter and put it under the plane. And they'll put a tag on it like luggage or under the plane, but they won't um, bill me for it. They can't charge me for it. So it goes under the plane. Now the other thing I'll do is I got a system set up for the key that I can just snap the key off on a key ring and keep it with me because I don't want them to lose the key. So I'll take the key out and the battery off, and then I'm also going to put an extra strap on it to hold it together. Even though it folds up tight, I'm still going to do it. And then they'll take it and put it under the plane, and they'll get it out for me. My views, AJ says, $395 annually, benefits 300 annual travel credit. Oh, all right. So 95 bucks reimbursed for global entry, airport lounge access. Woo-hoo. Well, you travel so much, you'd probably actually take advantage of that, wouldn't you? We don't. We're not flying that much lately. Definitely not international. So I don't know if it'd do us any good to spend 300 bucks. Now I do like to hang out in the lounges, but that's a nice benefit for people that travel a lot. That's good. Now, which airport are you going to? Are you going to Cebu or Manila? Now we're going to fly. What we did is, man, airline. We're going to be flying directly from our home airport sorry, not to Dallas, to Miami. We got a direct flight to Miami. I think both tickets are about 500 bucks a piece, round trip. Is what we're paying for our tickets, about 500 bucks. Our cruise wasn't even that much. Yeah. So we're and then we're gonna go the day early. We're gonna go and stay in the night in Miami, and then go to the airport the next morning. I mean, go to the cruise terminal the next morning. Yeah, yeah, I would agree. I'd agree. I think it's a good deal for you, and it's a smart deal. We do something similar with cruise ships. So, for instance, we don't cruise as much as we'd like by any stretch. So, but they offer a credit card that gives you like $300 cash if you charge your cruise on it with no interest for a year, and they give you all of these points for every dollar you spend. And so, what happens is, for instance, I'll just give you an example. If you're going to spend $2,000 on a cruise for the cruise and your excursions and all of your crap, you're going to get the $300 credit for taking out the credit card. So that drops it down to 1,700. And then you'll probably wind up with a $2,000. You'll probably take another $250 off in bonus points. That lowers your cruise down by another 250. So overall, what's that $1,450 cruise versus $2,000? Nice. Yeah. Be right back. I need to upload a new song with music visualization to Yupa Tuba. All right. So that's what we do. And then what we do is I pay it off immediately, right? I just want all the free shit. And then once we get back from the cruises, you can't cancel the card. You got to leave it open for the whole cruise. So, like if we go to the casino, all that goes to the card. If we go and have extra drinks or extra food, that all gets charged to the card. But it's interest free and we get points for it. That's why you wait like 60 days for all the points to come through and you take that off of your balance and then you cancel the card. You pay it's you're back to zero, you cancel the card. The next cruise you go on, you just take the card out again and you do the exact same damn thing. This is probably our fourth time doing it. My view says I've never been on a cruise, but I'm getting close to pulling the plug. We love cruises, man, and I don't know, dollar to dollar, they're the best vacation. We, I'm going to tell you though, you need to take the longer cruises. The 3 day cruises are like the on Carnival are like the booze cruises, the drunks, the chaos, the nightmare. If you take a longer one, you get more people that want to go on the cruise and go to different countries and see things, not just get drunk 3 days going to Bahamas and back. And those are the ones that you see all over the internet, all the fights, or the 3 day cruises from Miami and Tampa and places, uh, Port Canaveral down to the Bahamas and back over 3 days. And I tell people all the time on this channel and other things, look, if you want to meet a Filipina, go on a cruise. Just they're everywhere. Strike up a conversation, take pictures, get to know them, swap information, enjoy your cruise. When you get home, stay in touch with them. It meets the K1 criteria because you met them in person. 6 days, 6, 7 days. A 5 day one is okay, but I would say 6, 7 days. We've been on an 11 day cruise. 5 day cruise is our first. A 5 day cruise was our first. And it felt too short, even being our first cruise. The 7 day cruise seems about the right time, 6, 7 days. The one we're going on in October is 6. We're going to the Bahamas, Jamaica, and the Cayman Islands. The one we went on, the best one was when we went all the way down to Aruba, Curacao, Honduras, I think, and other places. We went on a nice one. But just don't go on a short one to the Bahamas and back. Those are no bueno. Or to Cozumel and back. Those are just booze cruises where people who really can't afford a nice cruise goes on there and they eat a lot and they buy the drink package. They get snot shit and drunk, and they cause all kinds of problems. So the cruise channels on YouTube, which I watch a lot of, will totally recommend that. If you don't want to be on a drunk cruise, you got to go over 3 days, which puts you into the 5 day category. Pat's in the house. Good evening, Pat. How are you? We were talking about you earlier, Pat. I didn't know if your ears were burning. Good evening to everybody. Everybody said hello to Pat. But AJ, I highly recommend it. And if you got a girlfriend to take with you, you can take cruises out of Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore. There's a lot of Asian cruises that we wanted to go on, but we didn't get a chance to. Hello, Patrick. Good to see ya. When we go back to the Philippines in either next year to take care of business, we're only going to go for like 2 weeks to the Philippines, and then we're going to bounce over to Singapore, where Lorelai has a cousin that lives there, and we're going to try to spend a couple weeks there. And they're in Singapore. If we got the extra money, we may take a cruise around Asia. They're coming out of Singapore. Hello, AJ. Good to see you, brother. Nice to see you. Thank you, Pat, for being here and the thumbs up. Mike is in the house. Yes, he is in the house. He was talking about you and him are going to carpool to Branson, Missouri in October. Jamie, Unbothered Avocado, was telling us her and her husband already booked their hotel room for Branson for October, Pat. So, and Mike was asking them the hotel name. So that's probably where you guys would book. So you guys could all be in the same hotel. And it's fairly cheap. And I know what's really sad is the river cruises in Europe and America are really expensive. The cruises on the Great Lakes are really expensive. But if you go out in the salt water, it's not bad at all. You can do a cruise per person, really nice one, for $100 a day. Remember, that includes your food, your travel, everything. We like cruises, you know. And if you got a buddy, like if you're just a couple of guys going on a cruise, I'm telling you, you're gonna have a lot of fun on a cruise. There's usually a lot of single people on the cruise, They do have single cruises. They have themed cruises all the time, like somebody will have like a Star Wars cruise or something like that. They put on different theme cruises throughout the year, different companies do. And the other thing we do, AJ, is since we own stock in Carnival, we actually, depending on how much stock and how many days you go on, so we actually get a credit, onboard ship credit of X amount of dollars for so many days because we're a Carnival stockholder. So that gives us a little bit extra gambling money or food money or whatever you want to call it. That gives you a little bit more free stuff because you got to like the free stuff. Patrick, how's the weather? How are things going in your part of the world? AJ's getting ready to go back to the Philippines in a couple of days. He leaves on Wednesday, I do believe, to go back to the Philippines. Hey, hey, Patrick, I don't know if Mike in here. Has anybody seen Nara on YouTube anymore? You guys remember Nara? Maybe I'm missing her, but I don't know if anybody's seen her. The lady from, I think, Nigeria. Doing good there, yes. And I know, I guess Maria's back in Canada, but we haven't seen her in a little bit. But I haven't seen Nara on YouTube. Maybe she gave up trying to build her channel. A lot of people do that. A lot of people realize how hard it is, and they kind of give up. Dennis was here earlier. Oh man. I don't know what's going on construction wise at my house, but I was going to try to go do a live stream out of the lake on Wednesday. Our Wednesday meetup, our live stream was going to be out of the water, but we're still in chaos because the company never showed up to do their work today. So they just kind of ghosted us, and I'm really not happy with that. So I got to figure that out. You haven't seen her either in a while. Yes, I don't know. People come and go. I need to go back to doing some live streams, pop ups in the morning, Pat. Maybe I'll do one if I get up early enough in the morning. If I feel like it, maybe I'll come outside and do a quick live stream. Mike says hello to you, Pat. Cool Dude is back in the house. Cool Dude, how are you? Everybody said hello to Cool Dude. AJ says I'm looking at them. There's one leaving out of Tokyo, 9-day cruise. Ooh, that's pretty good. $1,000 for 9 days. That's really good. Now the only thing I would say, as long as you're not claustrophobic, an inside room is great. We never pick anything without a window. We've been in an inside cab, and it was okay. It's not an absolute no, but if you could have a window, it's nice. But inside cabins are a lot cheaper. Michael saying hello to you. Doing pretty good. Cool Dude says yes. Hello, Cool Dude from Mike and Venus. But $1,000 for a 9-day cruise, that's pretty good. I'm telling you. Now there'll be some extra costs associated with that. So maybe jack it up to $130 a day overall, but you don't got to spend a lot of money on a cruise, or we spend money on a cruise. Kudos, hello to you, Mike. So we actually spend money on a cruise. I pick nice excursions that my body can handle. So we've swam with dolphins and done VIP tours. I don't mind spending when I'm in a foreign country, go out and do something. We also treat ourselves like to the Asian seafood or sushi house, but you don't got to spend extra money on a cruise, but we choose to. Wi-Fi and food. Yeah, if you want Wi-Fi, you got to pay extra, but I wouldn't do it unless you got a big YouTube channel that will cover it. Food is all free. If you want something special, there are specialty restaurants. But there is so much food on a cruise ship that is free between fine dining every night, the cafeteria, what I call the cafeteria, for lunch and breakfast. They also got like in America, Carnival has Five Guys, not Five Guys, that Guy Ferrero's. They have a Mexican place, a pizza place that's free, that's open pretty much 24/7. So you can just go up and get a burrito anytime you want, get a hamburger when you want, get a pizza anytime you want, and it's all free. So, but there are some specialty items like sushi um, that sometimes we do. But other than that, if you eat off of the cruise ship, you got to pay extra for that. If you go like into the city of Belize, you got to pay for that. But if you take an excursion through the cruise ship, a lot of times they'll feed you as part of your excursion. So yeah, we like them. But I don't know exactly what we're going to do in the Grand Caymans yet. I haven't booked our excursion yet, but we'll do something. It'll probably cost us $75 each. And so that's $150 in the Cayman Islands. And then we'll probably spend another $75 each in Jamaica. Jamaica doesn't seem like they have a whole lot of really good excursions. So, but we'll pick the best we can. I got to get those reserved this week too. But there's food, like there's free ice cream. You can have all the ice cream you want. Woo-wee. Free entertainment. If you're bored on a cruise ship, it's just because you got a weird personality. I like being alone on I'm one of the ones that don't like a lot of chaos. But we go to the shows. We go to we do those. We go hang out on the deck and just sit and relax. Um, there's comedy clubs, music venues. There's bars that are real quiet, like piano bars. There's bars that are crazy, like nightclubs. So there's also a adults only area of all cruise ships where they usually have it where no children are allowed. And you can go up there. It's kind of like a quiet place. Nobody running around. Everybody sits and relax, eats and drinks, and does what they want. So, and alcohol. Alcohol is an extra. It is. And the drink packages are pretty expensive. So I would think you got to be a big drinker to make your money on that because they only give you X amount of drinks, like 15 drinks in a day. And they keep track of it, obviously. And you can't scam them because let's say if Lorelai and I went on a cruise and I wanted the drink package for soda and alcohol, I would probably pay, I don't know, $50 to $60 a day for it. But Lorelai, because she's in my cabin, would have to pay for it also because they don't want me getting my drinks and sharing it with her. So she would have to pay for the drink package for it too. But we don't do that. I usually, they do have really good bartenders. I agree. So I do have drink every day, maybe one drink, two drink max. But I found it was just cheaper for me to spend the $20 a day versus the $60 a day. And so that's what I do because I don't drink that much. And we don't worry about soda. We drink the lemonade and the juices, and there's purified water that you can have all the time. The big secret is to take a water bottle with you, a thermos, a water thermos bottle with you. Just fill it up and take it with you off the boat. A lot of cool stuff you can do. We're excited about it. I'm a little worried about, to be honest, I'm a little worried about my legs this time and my heart. Um, I am a little worried about my physical ability on this coming cruise. I really am. My breathing's not as great. You know, my fatigue is up. My pain is up. So the walrus is in the house. How are you? Good to see you. Everybody said hello to the walrus. Walrus, AJ's here. Michael's here. Pat's here. Thank you for coming in and giving us a thumbs up. Jamie's in the house too, Pat. Yes. She's up the chat. She's excited about coming to Branson in October. She is indeed. Tony, Pat saying hello to you. Hope you're doing good. Hey, Tony from AJ. I guess you guys all know each other, yes? Outstanding. So I'm a little worried physically about this cruise, to be honest. I'm not I'm not proud of the fact that I got to take that damn mobility scooter, but I think I need it. Our last cruise, my ankle was jacked up and it was a bitch. So I'm kind of like Michael and so many of others. I can't just walk very far. So I gotta I gotta move around smarter. So while we're on the ship doing things, I'll ride the scooter. And when we go out to the excursion, I probably won't take the scooter except for at the Bahamas. MJ, Pat, yes. Tony saying hello. The water saying hello. I says, damn, I have that problem too. Yeah. So when we go to the Bahamas, it's just a big outdoor area. I'll use it there. But when I go to the Cayman Islands and get off there and go to the excursion, I won't do it. I'll just pay like a rickshaw to take us from the tender to where we need to meet the bus. So all the ports usually have people that have rickshaws, what I call them, the tricycle type things. And you can give them a few bucks and they'll take you from the boat into where you need to catch the tour bus at to go on your excursion. We'll just pay that. And then we're going to go on excursions that are not difficult for me physically to do. Yes, who let the dogs out? Woo-hoo, Lily. You're talking about you, Lily? Lily let herself out. Did you guys see the live stream we did on Saturday where we took Lily to the park? We had some business to do there, making some videos. We had a company sponsor Lily. We had a company who gave Lily, our dog, a really cool new dog bed. Not like we needed another dog bed in our house. We got dog beds everywhere. But this one's designed for outdoors, portable, lightweight, and they gave it to us for Lily. So we took it out to the park and tried it out for the first time. And Tony says, "My girlfriend's name is Lily." It's a good name. Our other dog's name was Daisy, Daisy and Lily, the flowers. Once we finally live in our final house, like in Florida or Alabama, I'll get another dog. But right now, we're just keeping the one wiener dog. But so we went to the park. I don't know if you guys saw that live stream, but we've got a system figured out where Lily can ride in the mobility scooter. On the bottom of it, we got a pillow that sits, a square pillow that she lays on top of it. And so she doesn't got to walk, and she can just ride along forever on the mobility scooter, having the time of her life. Pat says, "I had some French fries and fried okra tonight. Everybody wanted bacon sandwich. Woo, bacon's good, buddy. I like bacon sandwiches too. I'm tired out tonight. Yeah, I understand that. I'm tired because I'm stressed because of my contractors and the bullshit that I've been putting up with. You know, as I said earlier, I'm one of these people that have the patience of the saint. I really do. You know, I may look like an asshole, and I may be an asshole, but I do have the patience of a saint. But when my patience run out, I get very stressed and irritated. And I'm to that point. Not a lot I can do, but it wears me out to be stressed. And I got a lot of other things I got to do. And now the contractors have screwed me. And so that compounds my stress. Laura says, "Take a break, brother. Go get yourself a Budweiser, tall boy, and sit back and enjoy." Well, I hate to tell you this, but I would never drink Budweiser. I don't mean to offend anybody who does, but Budweiser would never, never touch these lips. You know, I drink Heineken and I drink Guinness and I drink Red Horse. I may be a prima donna when it comes to alcohol. I only drink high quality mixed drinks and I only drink certain beer. I'm just, maybe I'm a prude. So yeah, so my stress level has been there today. It has. I'm a little stressed, and I don't know where the hell we stand at trying to get the project completed. But I got so many other little things I need to be working on. I don't need to be stressing over the fact that we still can't use our master bathroom because of these ass wipes. The stress, I mean, it is. The stress is terrible. It wears you out. It hurts. You know, people don't realize the physical effects that stress has on your body. You know, it causes your muscles to tense up, your joints to ache, and that's how I am. I'm a low life. That's why I like Bud. That's all right. I mean, you can drink whatever you want. I've never liked Budweiser. I drank Bush as a teenager, but I never liked Budweiser. But we accept low lives on this channel anyway, Tony. We don't mind low lives. You know, I got what's that song? I got friends in low places. Well, you'll fit right in here. So the older I get, the pickier I get about things. You know, I like better quality food. I don't like greasy, nasty ass hamburgers. You know, I like better quality things, and alcohol is one of them. I've become a fan of martinis. You know, when we are on the cruise ships or out to dinner, I like to order like a pomegranate martini or a chocolate martini. I like martinis. You know, Pat says, "I like Coors in the yellow can. Don't like the Coors Light." Yes, thanks, Dave. I feel much better knowing I'm accepted. You are accepted. Everybody's accepted on this channel. Let me tell you, I don't discriminate for anything. I like Budweiser, other types of beer. You like, I'm just, one, I'm not a gigantic beer drinker, but I like Red Horse from the Philippines, and I got some. I got Heineken. I need to put some Heineken in the refrigerator. I got a case of Heineken in the closet. I need to get some of that in the refrigerator. And then I like Guinness. I'm a big fan of Guinness. So those are the beers I drink. And I'm going to be drinking, I need to start drinking my Red Horse. Will you guys be jealous? Would you guys be jealous if I sit outside? Michael, is Michael in the background still? Michael would be jealous if I sit outside and drink my Red Horse. So, well, there you go. It just, yeah, the older we get, we kind of start narrowing things down, right? We kind of go, well, it's like, I'm not going to do this anymore because that sucks. I got better taste. You get better taste in women when you get older, too. Did you know that? Michael likes that. Yes, Dave. Yes, see, Michael will be jealous. I don't think Michael likes Red Horse. He's not a Red Horse fan. I like it. I like it. I like it very much. James Robinson sent me some a while back from California. Now, Mike likes the Mig Pel Pilsner, which is, San Miguel's, the San Miguel Pilsner. Yeah, a lot of people drink that in the Philippines. Red Horse gives you a headache. Well, Michael, that's because here's the secret to Red Horse. You got to drink it really cold, and you only got to drink one of them. And then, you're good. That's what I do. I have one Red Horse, maybe two max. That's it. That's it. But then again, I don't drink a lot because I don't like to feel beer bloated. But I'm a big fan of Guinness, I got to admit. And then my light beer would be Heineken, just regular Heineken, not Heineken Light, but Heineken. AJ says, I like the premium draft. See, AJ's like me. He's getting older and wiser. The older and wiser you get, we like better women, better food, better drink, right? Better travel. See, he's made his traveling nicer now because he's learning. He's getting older. Beer bloated? Yes, I hate that. I am. I'm always bloated. I know. Pat likes my shirt. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. See, I'm wearing a pink hat and a shirt that has some pink in it. Yeah. I'm giving a shout out to multicolors today. Oh, I know, Mike, but you're probably right. Stunning Cougars. Yeah, colors. Yes. Nice colors. Yes. I got some new shirts. I'm going to do a shirt pictorial down the road as we get closer to the cruise ship. And I'm going to let you guys help me pick out which of my tropical shirts I should take on the cruise because I got to narrow it down. Yes, it does. AJ, sorry, Tony, the Walrus. Looks like the 60 psychedelic. This one's really not a tropical shirt. It's more of a hippie looking tie dye thing. But I like it because it goes with my pink hat. I got two pink hats. I got a really nice high quality one. Then I got this one that's kind of soft and floppy. And so in order to wear this hat, there's a little thing on it, I need a shirt that is kind of that. My other pink hat is more formal looking and stiff, and so I wear a different type of pink with that hat. Freaking out, yes, tie dye, yes, it is. Did you guys ever make tie dye shirts? Anybody ever do that? I did. I dated a girl one time who thought making her own tie dyes were cool. I wonder if I could have tie dyed her. I like it. Matches the pink underwear from the gel. You have one? You have pink underwear? Where you got pink underwear? I thought pink underwear was what they got in jail. Our good friend Lawson on the other side of my state is in the house. Everybody say hello to Lawson. How are you, buddy? I hope you're doing well. I know you're on summer break. Hope you're doing well, buddy. He's a great young man. He's going to be someday he might even be the president of the United States. Mike says, Pamela made it for me while she was doing crafts in the nursing home there. Oh, God. A shirt. Oh, a shirt, not underwear? Okay. Well, you're talking about underwear. I once tie-dyed a girl's underwear while she slept it off. Doing pretty good today. A little stressed because of the contractors, the repair job at my house, and the fact I got so many things I need to do, and that's delaying my process and stressing me out. But I'm doing okay. I mean, if I would quit bitching about things and just suck it up, I'm doing all right. But you guys need to go watch my whole series about the stupid contracting. I got more videos to make on it. I'm getting ready to let loose on them. You know, but we're doing pretty good. Lorelai's working. She's excited about her trip coming up to Chicago. She's also working on a Balikbayan box to ship to the Philippines. Thank God, because we got some stuff we need to get out of this house. We got too much junk in this house. Yeah, you saw the American flag thing? That was pretty cool. That was at Walmart, just a Walmart store in Fayetteville where they celebrated um, associates. They called it Associates Week, and I didn't know this, but I saw it from a distance and thought that was a really cool thing, right? I'd never seen that at Walmart. So I thought I would do a little video on it. Michael saying hello to you, Lawson. Good to see you. Yeah, I liked it, and one thing I'm trying to do with our channel, trying to make it grow and all of that, is do weird little. We got a drag racing video coming out in the morning, guys. That drag racing video between Lorelai and I the other day on the scooter. Well, there's going to be one little one coming out in the morning. So it'll come out at 1 a.m. So it'll be a short that comes out at 1 a.m. I got too much time on my hands, Amy. It's wonder I'm not a criminal. Well, let's put your too much time on your hands to good use. What can you do to stay busier that would make you feel good besides robbing banks? Or being a criminal. Do good. Help out with a food bank. Volunteer some time at a food bank. That's always a good thing. Or, go sing to old people in a nursing home. President Elodia Lawson, good to see you, my friend. I have a lot of time on my problem is it's kind of like you have nothing to do, then you have all kinds of things to do. And I had nothing to do, but now I have all kinds of things to do, and I can't get them all done, and it bothers me. I don't like not being efficient, but the fact that I'm old and I'm fat and I'm lazy makes it hard for me to get things done. And the fact that I run out of air when I try to do things. I'm smoking pot. Does that count? Not as being productive. I guess it's something to do, but are you helping other people smoke pot? I mean, you need to figure out a way to help other people. I really do believe this. When we help other people, we feel better about who we are as people. If you can look there and see how you made a little bit of a difference or gave somebody a boost, it makes us feel good. You don't need to smoke dope if you do that. I'm still here, but muted you. Well, the hell with you. Venus called me on WhatsApp. All right, I see. All right, man, just mute me. You don't care about me. You prefer Venus over me. All right, Michael, I will remember this. Yeah, making a difference is good. It makes us feel good about who we are. And it doesn't got to be a gigantic difference. You can just do little things. Simply just, helping somebody with groceries, carrying them out to their car, opening the door, just little things. Yeah, see, AJ knows exactly what I'm talking about, being abandoned by Michael. Prefers his woman over me. Can't believe that. Dave, I did social work for 45 years and listening to people's problems. I think help. Okay, well, now look, as somebody I look, I did 25 years of college teaching. I get it. All right, you're excused, Tony. You're excused. You're exempt. I'm with you, buddy. You're exempt. Braxton's back in the house. Hey, man, how are you, Braxton? Good to see you. What are you up to, Braxton? Are you a hero today? Are you being a hero? Braxton, what's the last movie you ever saw? Yes, Lawson says, make sure you like the live stream. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And go back and watch all of our videos. Watch our shorts. Subscribe to the channel. I'm still trying to raise enough money to buy my wife a house. You know, that'll probably never. Tony Braxton. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. The music. But we're going to let you off the hook, Tony. I'm the walrus. The Project Hail Mary. I saw that movie. Did anybody see? I saw Project Hail Mary a couple of weeks ago. Here's what I think. I think it was an outstanding movie, but I don't like the actor. I think the actor is not a good actor. If they would have found a better actor for that, that would have been one of the best movies in history. $5 million proposition. That's right. And you guys know why I need $5 million, right? I need $5 million so I can buy a $2.5 million house. Use the other $2.5 million to pay the taxes and carrying costs of the house. So look at that. Braxton just donated $2.99. Man, that's super, buddy. Thank you for that. Wow, man. Woohoo. Now, Braxton, you are my favorite person in the world right now. Did you know that? Tony the Walrus, you got bumped down, buddy. You're no longer the number one favorite person. Laws is asking, anybody seen Michael Jackson's movie? No, I haven't seen it. We watched the Killer Show yesterday. What's it called? Not Warcraft. Mortal Kombat 2 yesterday. We watched that. Everybody give Braxton a thumbs up. Thank you for doing that, my friend. Tony saw it. Was those coyotes? I think I got coyotes hollering at me in the background. Pat says he hasn't seen it. Tony, the Walrus, did you like it? Well, thank you. My wife will appreciate it. My wife is the one wanting to I just want my wife to have a house. You know, it's not my fault that the house that we want is $2.5 million. You know, so uh, I'm trying to get to be honest, my one goal in life, I have not many goals because I'm old. The one goal I do have in life, and this is serious, is that when I die, my wife doesn't have a house payment. That's what I work on every day. So that when I die, Lorelei's house is paid for, so she doesn't got to worry about where she's going to live when I die. Because when I die, she loses a gigantic amount of income. She loses, all of my money goes away. So she doesn't get anything after I'm dead. I guess she gets 255 bucks from the government. Other than that, she gets nothing. So I'm trying to get us to a point where she doesn't have a house payment. And that's what I'm working on. That's why I'm hoping to move next year to a cheaper place, a cheaper area of the country, because this part of the country is very expensive and houses are outlandish here. So I'm hoping to sell this one for a profit and to work on getting a house paid off. So that is 100% my number one goal in life, whether she likes it or not, or cares about it or not, is to make sure that when I kill over dead, which is going to be sooner than later, that she doesn't have a fret about paying a house payment. So Pat says, thank you, Braxton, for doing that. Tony says, yes, the movie Jackson was good, exciting. The actor who played Michael, who is his nephew, did a great job singing and acting. Oh, I didn't know it was his family member. Yeah, we went and watched Mortal Kombat 2. I've never played the video game or watched part one, but Lorelai apparently knows it. So we went and saw that. I thought it was an okay standalone movie. I mean, it wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't horrible. I paid attention the whole time. There was a couple of decent parts and cool graphics. It was all right. I mean, there looks to be some cool movies out, like The Back Room is a horror movie that looks really good. So right now, I guess it's about like an old Walmart or something that has all these mysterious back rooms that are kind of spooky. So that one looks good. It doesn't interest Lorelai, but I thought it looked good. So but we did that, but we did like the other one. I just didn't like the actor in it. We like going to the movies. Here's another good thing for all of you folks. If you didn't know, Malco theaters are bringing back their half price Tuesdays. So if you don't have anything to do on a Tuesday afternoon, noon to afternoon, movies ticket prices are half price on Tuesdays. When Lorelai had a different schedule, we used to go all the time on Tuesday afternoons and watch movies for like $7 versus $11, $12, $14. But I saw on the trailer at the movie theater this weekend that they're doing that again. So if you got time on a Tuesday, you can go watch a movie for $7 at a Malco theater. Not bad, not a bad price. And then we haven't seen the Star Wars movie. I don't really have an interest in it. I guess I'll watch it. But on the previews, there's a Pressure, the war movie, The Pressure. I really want to see that. I know Lorelai has no desire to it because they talk in it. My wife likes movies where all they're doing is killing each other. You know, like the animation Japanese stuff where they're slicing everybody up with knives. Um, how can I send you 0.001% of 5 million? I got a PayPal account right there on my YouTube channel. Just right there on my YouTube channel. Right there. You just go to the PayPal one and send it. That's all you got to do. Or you can super chat. So yeah, you know, Pressure with Brandon Fraser, I think as is the lead in that. I'd like to see that. She's not gonna. And there's another. Washington. There's a movie coming out this summer about George Washington that looks fantastic. Yes, my wife will be totally bored of it because it's a historical thing, but it looks really, really good. I'm excited to go watch that. But I'm a kind of a history buff, so I like those type of movies. I also like movies that have a plot, a storyline. So, you can follow along and learn something versus just watching how many times you can slice somebody's head off with a samurai sword, or laser beam shooting out of your hand, or some hat. Like there's a guy on the movie this weekend that has a hat that throws like this and cuts people's heads off. Well, there he did it. He did it. The Juarez just gave me $5 million. Woohoo! Well, close. You got me a little closer to my $5 million fund. Thank you for that. Everybody said hello to. Thank you to the Walrus. Good job, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My wife will be happy. We're getting closer, closer as it goes. We're getting closer. There's a song about getting closer. I just don't know what it is. Thank you, Tony. We appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Yeah. Yeah. Now, if everybody would do that, if I could get that 1 million people, is that all I would need is 1 million people to give me $5? And I would get my $5 million. And like I said, I only need the $5 million because I got to pay 2.5 million in taxes and carrying costs. You know, freaking government taking all of our money, our life savings, our hard work. It's not fair what the government does to us poor people. Not fair. But I did think Mortal Kombat 2 was okay. It was okay. It wasn't a bad movie at all. I don't know how, if you were into the series, if you know the video game, I don't know if you would like I don't know if it was good, if you're a follower of it. But as somebody who's never seen it, it was an okay movie. I would donate towards your wonderful cause, but I can't because I have to send a request to send money. That's all right. Don't worry about it, Lawson. I understand. I understand. And it is a wonderful cause, isn't it? you know, uh, Someday, Lawson, we'll get there. it will take me not getting money off the internet. We're not gonna. I would be shocked if I ever made enough money off of the internet to get the house paid for. But I will get there one way or the other. One way or the other, we're gonna get there. Start a revolution. Yes, I take it. I take it, man. But I appreciate the thought of people. Um, and in all sincerity, would we like to have a $2.5 million house? Absolutely. I would just like to have any house that's paid for, or for my wife. No, I can't say that she would be happy with anyone, any house, but no. Renee, yeah. You think anybody would buy it if I started a GoFundMe page and just say, hey, look, I'm not sick. I'm not dying. I wasn't in an accident. I don't have any medical bills that I need help with. I didn't get falsely arrested. But if you guys would donate to my GoFundMe page because I just want to buy a house, you think anybody would do it? You see some of these GoFundMe pages that go, what? They're raising money for what? It's like that white guy who went around calling, bad names to people of color who shot somebody and got shot, and now they're trying to raise all this money for him and because he's a racist pig. Why would you raise money for a racist pig? Uh, One way or the other, you're gonna get there. I will. Apologies to Pat Benatar. Oh, is that who did the song? I think you should do that. A GoFundMe page. Well, I don't think it would go anywhere because I'm too honest. I'm like, look, I don't have any medical bills. My car's not broken. We're not dying. We have a decent house. I just need money so that my wife would have a house paid for when I'm dead. I don't think people care enough about that. I'm like, well, tough crap. Your wife can figure it out. I'm like, well, yeah, but that's I don't have a sad story to give out. Right on, yes. As long as you say that I think you would meet your goal. Well, and I don't know if I would meet a goal or not, Lawson, but I'm just too blatantly honest. Look, number one goal in life is to make sure Lorelai has a place to live when I'm dead that she can afford to live in. And that really, really is my goal. We don't need fancy cars and all of that, but in life, if you're debt free, if your house is debt free, you have a lot of people don't realize how much financial power you have when your house is paid for. When your house is paid for, you got money in the pocket if you know how to manage money. But maybe we'll try it. The problem is, Lawson, I feel bad. I'm not very good at e-begging. I'm not. I find it kind of shameful. So I don't know if I would have the. That's a spider web. Spider web. There's a spider web over there with a spider in it. I don't know I don't know if I don't know. It's hard for me to. I'm not a good beggar. You know what I mean? I'm not one of these people that are good at begging for people or from. I'm just not a good beggar. Or I don't. Well, you're a great YouTuber, and I think if you go out there on people's phones, you would blow up. I think. Well, sometimes I do other people's live streams, but I get bored easily. Dave, Mirella, do you ever really pay off a house? Well, now look, that's a big issue, property tax. You've seen in Florida where they're getting rid of property tax. So yes, in Florida, Mississippi, a few other states, Texas, not Texas. There are a few states that you don't got to pay property tax in because of this. I do think there's going to be a nationwide shift over the next 2, 3 years where states are start going, yeah, this isn't right. We shouldn't charge people money every year just to own their own home. So right now, no, but it is getting better. But even if that's the case, um, it would be better for her. Like in my state right now, our property tax is about $2,000 a year. So if you have no house payment, even though that sucks, right? You're still only paying 2,000 versus a house payment and the 2,000. But I agree. But yeah, I go on a lot of people's live streams sometimes. My problem is, what, I don't go on the girly channels because I don't need to see women. And that's usually about the only thing you can find on YouTube these days is women who's trying to shake their booty to get some money. And so it's kind of hard. But it's not too bad, right? It sucks. You know what I mean? But it could be worse. But if you get to Florida where they have no state income tax and no real estate tax on your primary residence where you live, yeah, you can do that. There are a few other states that don't have property tax, but Florida is going to be the only state that doesn't have state income tax and no property tax. So that's kind of my point. I got to get her to where when I kill over dead, you know, because I see so many people when their spouse dies struggle. It upsets their entire lives. It destroys their lives, not only emotionally from the death of the person, but financially, it completely destroys them. They wind up losing a bunch of stuff and having to move in and eat cat food. But now you can't even afford cat food. So back in the day, people would eat cat food versus tuna fish. But now, tuna fish is cheaper than cat food. So I don't want her to be one of those old women who are, living in a studio apartment, barely making it. I just don't want her to be that way. And I know I talk to a lot of guys. This is what blows me away. I talk to a lot of men all over the world, and this is what really blows me away, who says they don't really care what happens to their wife after they're dead. And that blows me away. Well, she'll figure it out. She'll marry somebody else, or, she'll sink or swim. I'm like, well, that's pretty shitty. I just can't believe how many men don't have a plan. How many men have been married twice and three times, and their money's when they die, their current Filipino wife isn't getting anything. They're going to give the money to their ex-wives or their kids. I know guys point blank that tell me, no, 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 no. My ex-wife's getting it, or my children are all getting it. I'm not leaving anything to Susie Q here. I'm not leaving her anything. She can go back to the Philippines. It's not a good way to be. It's just not a good way to be. But that's what I think. So, all right, my friends, the mosquitoes are starting to come out. I can feel them. The June bugs are starting to hit me. I can feel them. So I think it's time for me to wrap this live stream up and go take some pain medicine like Advil or Tylenol, get rid of my headache, and maybe just go to bed and relax because of all the stress of the day. So, but Lawson, Tony, thank you all for being here. Michael, thank you for being here. Thank you all for the donations. Pat, we appreciate you. Braxton, appreciate the donation. Thank you very much. Dennis, thank you for being here. Jamie, thank you for being here. AJ, thank you. Safe trips back to the Philippines. Michael, thank you for blowing me off for Venus. All right, everybody. If I missed thanking you, I apologize. Great having you guys all here tonight. We'll see you hopefully on Wednesday night this week. We'll be back on Wednesday night. All right? Take care, everybody.